Welcome to a short informational video regarding high school worship services at Fremont Presbyterian Church, which will begin in just a couple of weeks. In this short video, we will talk about what to expect for your students and what we expect of your students. First, I just want to recognize that this screen probably looks very familiar to you. And if you're like me, you are over it. Oh, I'm so tired of Zoom. I'm so tired of screen time. I just want to interact with people face to face, in person, and now we get to. I'm so excited about this, and I know you will be too. And hopefully so will your student. There's just a couple of things we have to cover before we gather. First, this is a worship service, and they'll begin Sunday, September 23rd of this year. Students are going to be invited to worship outdoors together. Get excited. A couple of things we have to go over for your student before they get here, when they get here, while they're here, and before they leave. First, before they arrive, they'll need to self-screen at home. So they're going to need to ask themselves if they have any of the following symptoms: a fever over 101.4 degrees, cough, sore throat, chills, body aches, sudden loss of taste or smell, diarrhea, or rash. If they do, stay home and get better. If not, come on down. They're also going to be asked to register ahead of time, and this is to ensure proper contact tracing. So in the event of an outbreak or a positive case, we can go ahead and reach out to all of the students who were actually here and notify them to take care. Next, we're going to ask that they continue to practice good hygiene. I'm sure you're doing an excellent job of this already, but just as a reminder, right before they come, they should wash their hands with soap and water, just in case. Next, when your students get here, I know they're going to be thrilled. I am already excited just thinking about it. When they get here, they're going to check in at the door. They'll be asked if they completed the self-screening questions prior to arriving, but if they didn't, don't worry, because we will ask them for you. Next, we're going to ask that they maintain a social distance of 6 to 8 feet between themselves and anybody else who is not in their immediate household. This is to ensure proper social distancing guidelines are maintained while the worship service is happening. Next, face coverings. Masks. I promise this isn't forever, but for now, in our worship services, we will ask that the students wear a face covering, and they can't be the ones with the side vent. Any cloth face covering will be fine. If they forget one, we'll have one here for them. Next, during the worship service, I promise it's going to be very similar to Sunday morning. Maybe it just won't be David Burke. It'll be good old Steve or somebody else he invites to speak. But the students are going to sing praises, hear teaching from the scriptures, pray together, and give back, just like we do on Sunday mornings. Again, the face coverings will have to stay on during the service, even when they're singing. I know it doesn't sound ideal, but honestly, I promise that God can hear your praises even through 3 layers of fabric. Then we got to keep our hands to ourselves. It feels like kindergarten, I know, but we do have to ask them to limit their physical social interactions. Air high fives, air hugs, elbow taps, shoe kicks, all of that is welcome. Just ask them to make sure they're staying a healthy distance away. Now, when service is over, they're going to ask to be excused. The volunteers that are there will excuse the students by rows in order to maintain the social distancing requirements. And they might even be asked to help stack the chairs in their row as they leave. And this is just to help us clean up quickly and safely. Lastly, we're going to ask that we see you next time. I know it's totally normal to gather with your friends, talk about the message. Of course, they're talking about the message, but it's totally normal to want to gather together and talk and connect. But we're going to ask you to do that at your very next cohort meeting or at our next worship service. Just for now, we can't continue to gather after the worship service, but we will be happy to see you next time. I know this isn't ideal. None of it is. In fact, it's been an incredibly challenging season, but we can do this. Together, we can make this happen. And we're really excited to have your students with us on campus. If you have any questions or any concerns, you can ask Steve. His email address is listed here. You probably already have it. You might even be able to reach him via phone. But if you do have questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are excited to see your students, and we want to make anything possible for them to be here. We don't want anything standing in their way. So thanks for watching this short video, and we hope to see you at a worship service soon.